Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler with me, MeHerd37. So right now we're over in Hagerstown. I can't even remember where the last flight went. I had somebody actually take the plane over here. They may have actually done one job with it. I can't really remember. But over to Hagerstown, and we're going to take that from Hagerstown to Boston. She's only about 343 miles, only 17,800 pounds, but it pays $375,000. So was looking forward to that one. More gold bars for this plane. 727, 95% still. Good she didn't wreck it. Alright, now I'm over there. Go ahead and get this thing loaded up. And good, it's only got 932 pounds worth of fuel. So, almost 3 times as far as we need to go. So don't have to do anything there. Day flight, we'll have to pick a... where we're going to start out at... I think we can let's do the medium one. So let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright, everybody, we are here in the plane. Let's go ahead, we'll push back. Actually, we need to get this thing, let me get power. Maybe that'll work. Because I have to say, I wanted to say something about changing FSX a little bit for me. There we go. Got power. But, alright, let me just go ahead and start it up. Alright, so we'll do it that way. Let me see. Might as well go ahead and get this stuff set up. First, we are going to be going to Hagerstown. That's 109.8. And after that, we'll be going on to THS, which is 115. Alright, so that's good. Alright, so runway 27. This pointed over there. Hagerstown, that's going to be 274. So go ahead and get that. You see, it's already got it. So I guess we'll be pushing back over here. I'm thinking we're taking off over here. As you can see, it's jagged. I'll talk about that in a second. Let's go ahead and push back. The parking brake is off. So, what I did the other day is I switched over from... I always use DX9, but I finally made the switch to DX10. I don't really... The reason I hadn't done it sooner is because I've got so much older scenery and stuff, and well, as you all know, a lot of stuff isn't DX10 compatible. But I went ahead and went over. There's the, was it Steve FS? Was it DX10 Fixer or whatever? So hopefully it's not too bad. I also made some changes in NVIDIA Inspector, and I have a feeling that's why I'll probably have to go back and change some more stuff. That's why it's looking kind of jagged. But hopefully there's some performance improvement. I don't know if there really will be or not. If there is, I'm sure it's, it's not a whole lot. It's not like it changes a whole lot. Let's go ahead and stop our pushback. Let's get our lights on. Should have already had those on. Taxi lights. Alright. We'll go ahead and make our taxi on over. Yeah, I started FSX up, and after I went to DX, and gave it just a little bit of a test, and it wasn't so bad. I've actually done DX10 before, and switched right back. Actually, I had a performance hit instead of any gain, or which any gain, like I said, is going to be minimal, but still, I didn't like it, so I went right on back. But I also changed not just some stuff just because of DX10, but always look at a bunch of guides about your settings in NVIDIA Inspector, and I took some other person's ideas. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not liking this jagged stuff. You can see that taxi line was kind of odd. But it'll take some tweaking, I'm sure. Like I changed the multi-sample and all that kind of crap, and I think that might be part of it. It's just looking, you know, if you look at it, it just doesn't look good. It looks odd. And I'm not really digging that. Alright, I cannot tell. Can we taxi all the way down there? Look at it's just like I don't like that. You're gonna have to fix that. Actually, didn't go as strong with some of this stuff. As people are saying, it was you're just wasting some power, and I don't know. I'll have to look at that. I'm not sure exactly what every little tweak does. But I'm definitely not digging some of it. This is really odd. I see. How do you get over there? Like, that's odd how that looks. How the hell? There's like concrete over here. Well, where does it go? I didn't want to taxi on the runway, but it looks like you're going to have to get on the runway and taxi over there. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't want it to stay off the runway, but looks like that's about the only way to get over there, because that concrete right in front of us, I don't know how you get over there. So we'll taxi on over here, across the runway that we're going to be taking off on. I don't think Hagerstown's all that big. It's a little bigger than I thought it would be. The runways aren't all that long. It's a little at under 16,000 feet, I think. This main runway, 27 and 9. Also, I started up FSX through AirHauler, and I remembered I don't have Boston checked. I have a stuff for Boston airport, but I don't have it checked, so we won't have that third-party center. And anyway, I'll be honest, last time we were at Boston, we were flying the 777, and I wasn't that impressed. It's not that great, so I don't think it'll be that big of a problem. When we fly out, I'll try and remember and put that in the library. But yeah, as I can recall, it wasn't that great anyway. It's old, so it probably wasn't even DX10 compatible. But I think most of the problems with the DX10 is at night, with black textures and no lights and stuff like that. I don't know. Alright. Let's make our turn over here. A little too far out. Alright, we're here at the runway. Let's almost forgot our flaps. 3 notches of flaps. Put the landing lights on. Taxi lights come off, and as I remember, there's no strobe. Also, now those don't work either. Well, that sucks. Those little pop-up boxes, apparently those don't work. I don't know. Alright, I need to make sure no other settings were really messed with. I don't think they were. But I did this quickly the other night, and just like I said, I started up to make sure everything was decent, and it was. So I'll have to check and see if anything else was messed with. Alright. Let me bring up this stuff real quick. I want to resize this real quick. Altitude. We should have done this before I got on the runway, obviously. Even though I don't really use the altitude alert a whole lot. But we'll go up to... it's only 300 and some miles. That's why I hate going too high. Maybe like 24,000 feet? I don't see any sense in going all that high. Alright. I'm going to hold the brakes as we advance the throttle. Alright. This is, like I said, it's a shorter runway. But we should have no problem. Alright. I'm going to get with EZDok, and I'm going to change these head movements. It's a little too much. Alright, there's 140. Alright. Gear up. Start retracting the flaps as well. Like I said, it's this first one is not too far out here. Our first waypoint. Alright, so we'll follow this heading over to it. It's Hagerstown. Then we're going to make a right turn to 353. That's the THS. You can see it's starting to move on, so we're very, very close. This next one is 353. We'll get this turned over here. It went flying on me. Alright. We need to nose down and watch our speed. And to pull back on the throttles. We're going too fast. So I was paying so much attention to our nav that we got going real fast and had the nose pointed way up. My goodness. Right, and it's 1:15. Pull the nose up a little bit. I'm surprised. I've got the throttles back, and we're still up around 300 knots. Kind of surprising. This is at 1:15. All right. Getting our speed back down. Still need to get over to the right. Didn't really turn that sharp. As sharp as I should have. Alright, we're 10 miles out. From 115, we're going 112.5. This is why you need a co-pilot, man. That's actually, whoa. We're 7 miles out. Let's get this lined up as good as I can. we'll actually go over to heading. Oh, we've gone past 10,000 feet. Let's get our landing lights off. Alright, so like I said, next is 112.5. Looks like, well, 112.5 is at 071, so it is a little bit off to the right. We're only 4 miles out. A little more throttle. I know some people want me to hand flight, but it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to. We're already at 13.7. I'm going to go ahead and hit that. 3 miles out, we're going to be changing to 112.5 is like 071. Let me get rid of the head movements. Much easier to do this way. Two miles out. Let's see. I don't know if we're still going towards it or not. Alright, we're starting to move away. 071. Hold on a second. 112.5. Alright. 071, now we're 073. That's good. Next will be 117.5. Alright, so we're 43 miles out. Everything's looking good. We're at 17,300 feet. And basically everything is straight out from here, heading wise. It's basically almost a straight line out to Boston. Hit this nav lock. Alright, 18.5. Everything is looking good. So, I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and start speeding it up. Be back in just a bit. Alright, everybody. Just slowed it down. We're at about 11,200 feet. Let me make sure I really did stick to it. Alright. As you can see, this is Boston right here. 112.7, that is Boston. It's just to the right of the airport, the VOR station is. So the airport should be on our left, and it's right on the water. I can't remember if is that it, or it could be over here. Obviously, it's straight ahead. So we get to 10,000 feet. Let's go on down. Let it get to 5,000 feet. We're going to, because of the wind is blowing out. So we're actually going to go out past the airport just a little bit and come back around. So it should be actually easier for us, because we're going to be able to actually see the airport this time. Hopefully. I don't see any clouds, so we should be good. Is that it? I'm not sure. But so we should be able to land this thing easier, keep our eye on it as we go by. I tried to do that in that one video, and it was in the clouds. I just actually posted that one today. Was that 161 or something, I think? Alright. So I don't know exactly where is the airport? We're 10 miles out. Can't tell if that's it. There's an awful lot of space right there. That might be where the runways are. I don't know. I don't really know much about Boston. Heck, it could be right here for all I know. 9 miles, it could be that. I can't... Need more space than that, I would think. I would figure that's gotta be it. The runway's going out there, and the runway's going that way. That's gotta be it. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so this is going to be our runway right here, I do believe. It's 22 left. Well, I guess so there's more than one there. 22 left. 110.3 is the ILS frequency. And it's at 213 degrees. So technically, we probably shouldn't be right here where we are, because we got traffic that way, and 5,000 feet's not really where we should be, but that's alright. Lessen our descent right now. Although I kind of want to go down to like 4,000-ish. I also want to go a little to the right, so we're not flying out there real bad. Alright, so let's move this to 110.3. Oh, wait a second. Alright, so we should be... This might be our runway. It looks like... Yeah, that is our runway. So I'm a little bit mixed up. Oh, hell. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I wasn't paying enough attention. Let me get some throttle back. Because we're almost down to 3,000 feet. That is not where I wanted to be. Want to be around 4,000 feet. I was paying too much attention to everything else. Don't pitch too high. Don't get too much speed. I would much rather be able to pay attention to the airport right now than having to mess with all this. Alright, coming up on 4,000. We're actually probably a little low, to be quite honest. Yeah, we are. Actually, no, we're high, I'm sorry. Altitude hold right there. Now see, I thought this was us right here, but no, that's right. I thought that was one we were going to land on when I was looking at FS Commander. It's not. It is that one. So I was just a little mixed up. Alright, through the glide slope came back on. I was kind of confused why that actually went off for a second. Alright, so we should be just flying just about parallel. Or actually probably a little out to the right. I do want to be a little right because of our turn. We can actually get rid of that one. Alright, one notch of flaps coming out. Oh man, 10,000 feet, what am I doing? Sorry, I was also watching the Kentucky Derby as we were descending. I'm surprised it's saying that we're high still. If I'm reading it correctly. Or are we low? Yeah, we're low. Shit, I can't remember. We're obviously to the right of the airport. I always get those mixed up. Like, when is it saying we're high? When is it we're low? Left and right? Those two right there. I hate that. Another notch of flaps coming out. We are, however, at 4,000 feet. Let's get down just a little bit. I'm gonna get down to about. I'll let it get down to about 3,000. Because we're about to make our turn as well back to the airport. We're 7 miles about away from the airport. One more notch of flaps. Speed coming down. I think we're about far enough we can make our turn. We're just kind of waiting on the altitude, to be quite honest. There we come up on the glide slope. Let's make our turn, shall we? Don't descend that quickly. Gear coming down. Another notch of flaps. Get back on the throttle. Let's hold this altitude. Maybe we'll actually be able to utilize the ILS for once. Maybe. No promises. We might be too far out to the right. Come on. Need to go back to the right. Let's see if we can actually get this. Why in the world is our nose pointed so freaking high up? Kill on the autopilot. I don't know why that was happening. Might have been because we were stalling. We're about to stall. Let's try this again. Because I would love to be able to actually use this for once. We're off to the left and it's not moving us out like it should. I'm kill that off again. Man, we are losing speed like crazy. Point that nose down. Alright, we're at full flaps as well. That sucks. Once again, we cannot use ILS. And we're diving at the airport once again. Our speed is still so low, even though we're pointed down at the ground like this. This is a bit odd. Because I'm looking at it, it's like, man, we're gonna be going too fast, and we're not. We're going too slow. We're just now at our landing speed. And we're still too high. Alright, we're coming up on the glide slope. Coming back around. There we go. I would say, hey, let's use the ILS now, but what's the point?
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't
We're
sink.
right on our landing speed. I don't know why it always
sink.
tells me don't sink. We're right on our speed.
Don't sink.
Everything's looking good. We're actually a little high.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
How is it that we need to dive like
Don't
this?
sink.
I think something is messed up.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Because we're literally...
Don't sink.
We must be
Don't
trimmed
sink.
all incorrect or something.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Now we're
Don't
too
sink.
low.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
And the textures are messed up.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
I might want to go back to
Don't sink.
DX9.
Don't sink.
We're landing in the grass.
Don't sink.
Apparently.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
And it was not
Don't
until
sink.
we got real close.
Don't sink.
Oh, you know what? It's Vector.
Don't sink.
I'll bet needs to be corrected.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
We're gonna stall. Oh, we were okay. Yeah, so I need to go into Vector and change this, and I'm going to stop right here. I don't think it matters, because as you can see, everything is effed up. We want to go do the parking. Should be going to the gates, but you know. Oh man. We don't want to go to fuel. Let's see, so I bet what happened is I ran the Vector thing has a tools to mess with the elevation corrections. And what happens is I had Boston installed, and it's installed, but I had it in my scenery library, and so when it ran, it either did the correction or didn't do the correction. And now that I've taken it out, it needed to be changed. Well, it did change, or it needed to be changed, and so now I'm at the exact opposite. So I'm almost positive that's why this is the problem. I'm surprised that there's this much activity at the airport. Usually there isn't that much.
Orbit 1882, hold position. Caution the Boeing MB-80 on final. 0001, hold position. Caution the Boeing MB-80 on final. 0001, continue taxi. Roger, 0001.
Alright.
Position, orbit 1882.
Yes, this is so odd. Yeah, I ran the tool with it, and that's why I should have just when FSX was loading up. I remembered, oh, I don't have that checked, and if I'd have had it checked, it would have been all right. This is just odd. You know what? It says we're taxiing to fuel. I was gonna say, why don't we just go over, say, screw it and go over to the gates? But I don't know if I can get to the gates. I mean, I can see one now, although it's the altitude. Obviously, it's like it's up on a hill. We don't want to go all the way over to fuel or anything. Let's this guy right here. It's so odd. I know what's happening at least, so it's not like I'm totally confused. It was a terrible turn, by the way. I'm kind of thinking of other things other than turning. Come on, guy. Go, go, go. You just made it, pal. Alright. We'll pull right in here. It's like just made just for us. Alright. Hit the parking brake. Let's get rid of these taxi lights. Alright, let's cut the fuel. Turn off these lights and we're ready to go. We got okay on the landing as well. Hard to land when you can't really see the freaking runway. And then we cut through and it was like all of a sudden then you could actually see the runway in between this stuff. Just the elevation corrections. So let's go ahead and move on over to air hauler. Alright everybody, here we are in air hauler. Everything's good, no damage. Still not the best end of the flight. Our approach was just terrible. Everything went to hell at the end with the elevation and everything. That's alright. At least we didn't damage anything. And when I remember to put that back in the scenery for the next flight. Got paid though. That was nice. Another 350 grand. I've had some flights going. AI the past couple days. Come on, Ariel. There you go. Wonder if this person's done yet. No, they're still. Morgan's still there. Check out the finance. We should be over 200. I just fixed another plane. Oh, we're still at way over 200. Cost me like $6 million to fix their plane. Phoebe. No, who was it? Kira. Fixed her plane. She was at 70%. She's at one of our bases, so I paid like 6.7 to fix that. I hate doing that. 6.2. But we made 375 minus the fuel, so we made well over 300 grand on this flight. So I'm really happy with that. I don't know if there's anything out of Boston. By the way, I've got finals coming up. Today's Saturday with the Kentucky Derby. And then I'm out of school. Looking for a job, I'm sure. That would be an excellent flight. 5,000, and it's what, 146 miles? That speaks to me. Buffalo, that's at one of our bases, though. You could almost go to Farmingdale and then go back empty and go to Buffalo. Just because it's easy, close. What is this Sherman? What is that? Sherman Denison? It's a big, long runways. There's 1, 2, 3. We can't do them though. We're too light. Man, I need to get someone over here to do those two. Man, that's 2.5 million. That's nice. Anyway, I don't know what we're gonna do next, but that is it for this episode of Air Hauler. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I will catch you on the next flight.